Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films, back again with Death Note. Last time on Death Note, we had silence. So, trying to continue to figure out everything about, the Death Note. Let's see. They were still trying to figure out how the Death Note worked, and Light had Misa start killing again. And by doing so, it put her at risk of being caught and executed, which means that Rem needed to kill L so that, Misa wouldn't be executed. And she did. She killed L and Watari, and in the process, it did lengthen Misa's life, which means that Rem died too. A lot of things happened last episode. It was pretty crazy. Kira has won, which is also insane. Also, just so you know, in case you didn't know, I fractured my right wrist in a car accident, so that's why things look a little different. My drink is over here instead of being off camera. My mouse is over here. I'm having to write with my left hand, which sucks, and it also explains why I've got a pillow here, because I need to rest my right arm. So yeah, just wanted to let you know, that's half why I'm wearing a robe. The other half is just that it's cold. So, this is the easiest thing I can pretty much just throw over my shoulders. So, yeah. This is where I say no spoilers in the comments whatsoever. This is also where I say that if you want to watch my reaction to this episode of Death Note, it is unfortunately not in this video due to copyright issues that I've had in the past. So what you gotta do if you want to go watch my reaction is head down in the description or to the pinned comment on this video. There will be a link. You click that, it will take you to my reaction highlight where the footage is in the corner. It's all edited and nice and good. You can watch that. You can hopefully have a good time. When you're done with that, you can pop right back over here to this YouTube video for the discussion. So with that all being said, let's get right into this episode of Death Note. Here we go. Alright, folks, it's 2 hours later, because I got interrupted by something, kind of. It's been 2 hours since I actually watched the episode, and, yeah, I'm back now, finally, and I'm gonna do the discussion. This might actually not be too long of a discussion, because, half the episode was a recap anyway, but we'll still talk about it. Okay. Well, and the first thing I wrote down was the recap. The recap, not a full recap technically, because it didn't really show, Light's journey as Kira, but it showed a recap basically of the investigation, which was interesting. I did like that, and I like the idea that this is all because it was all from L's perspective, and it's all his record, basically. And he released it, basically, with the knowledge that if anyone is going to see this, it means that he's dead. So, I did like that, and it was a good way to recap the previous, 25 episodes. And I am glad that it didn't take up the full episode. I was kind of worried about that, actually, that it was just going to be a recap for the full episode and nothing was really going to happen. If that was the case, I was just going to move on to the next episode. But luckily it was only the first half, so that was good. So yeah, I wrote down Moriarty. So, so that was when, Matsuda was saying like, oh yeah, Light, it would make perfect sense for you to take over for Ryuzaki, And Light just saying, like, oh, it's all too simple now that L is dead. And it's like, yeah, honestly, this is kind of like if Moriarty won, He got rid of Sherlock. So now, what does he do, He didn't have his arch rival, basically. I wrote down apartment, so he is going to take over for both L and Watari, but he's not going to be using, the task force headquarters, but instead is going to get his own apartment, which is great because then, he can beat L and Kira in secret, So, and he is going to move in with Misa, which was pretty interesting. I thought that was funny. And I love Misa being like, yes, victory is mine. I thought that was really cute and funny. So yeah, let's see. And of course, we did get a bit of Misa's more jealous side with this, where she was like, like, oh, you don't need to see any of those other girls anymore, do you? And it's like, because that was the thing, was earlier on, she was like, no, don't, because Light was saying like, oh, well, I need to be seen with other girls so, things don't get suspicious. And Misa, that was where, Misa basically drew the line. She was like, no, if you hang out with them, I will kill them. It's like, oh, yeah, so we did get a bit more of that, which was funny. I wrote down the new world. So now, Ryuk saying like, all right, well, you beat L. What do you do now? And Light's basically saying is like, no, this is still going to be interesting because I'm going to be building a new world, And okay, what on earth was he doing like with the hand? And it seemed like the Death Note just like appeared there, which was crazy. Like, what was that happening? And then we got that narration, didn't we? We got the narration of like, some people fear Kira, others praise Kira, but the world was basically being shaped by him. Like the world was being shaped by Kira now. So it makes me wonder if there's going to be any sort of a time jump. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, and the last thing I wrote down is L is dead. So, I mean, yeah, L is dead. L is dead, and that text was sent to one of the people at the orphanage, basically, one of Watari's orphanages, which is interesting. So he was a famous inventor who founded a lot of orphanages. Orphanages? Orphanages? Orphanages. I guess that's how you would say it. Yeah. And he opened a bunch of them with all the money he had. Which is interesting, because that does sort of tie into what we saw. I think it was last episode. At the beginning of last episode, we saw, like, baby L, So that was interesting. And, yeah, we had the one guy telling the two people L is dead, and then that was it. That was the end of the episode. So, I don't know. Maybe there's going to be other L's. Who knows? I have no idea. I mean, there's got to be something, because, we've got... what, like 10, 11 more episodes left? I think it's 11, actually. We have 11 more episodes, so something's got to happen, But yeah. But that's pretty much all I wrote down. Unfortunately, that is kind of it. I guess our question going into next episode is, what do we do now? What happens now, basically? But yeah, that unfortunately is pretty much it. I do kind of feel bad that there isn't a whole lot I can really talk about with this episode, but I mean, half of it was just a recap anyway. So, yeah, that is pretty much it, unfortunately. So, with all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Death Note reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.